Hey there guys, welcome to this video. If you've just landed on this video, trust me, you have landed on a gold mine. And I am just about to review the activities that could make you successful as an agency owner in 2024. I'm not any of your favorite creators, but trust me, with what I'm about to review to you, you would be the judge for the matter if I'm not able to help you collect cash at the end of the day. Now, over the course of this video, I'll be walking you through some of the biggest mind game secrets that are being played in the agency model space, keeping 99% of the market stock and only a few percent making predictable income for themselves. Now, if you're seeing this video, you most likely have tried so many methods to scaling your own agency model business. You've tried cold calling, you've tried cold DM, but you are nowhere close success even after doing this for the past 3 months. Now, I'm just about to reveal to you that these activities you have started with are not the activities that would place you success predictably in the nearest few months. You have not found success with these for the past 3 months. If you keep up with this in the next 3 months, you would keep seeing the same results, the same, the same loop is what you would keep getting. I'm going to be showing you the fastest way to print cash in 2024 as a beginner agency owner. And I'm going to be showing you how we're doing this for many of every other of our partners who have also watched this video, who are also learning these principles I am about to hack for you. Now let's get started. Now, if you've just landed here, I believe you've done quite a lot of acquisition for yourself and you're finding it hard to scale. Let me introduce myself before we keep up the video. So now, if you're just seeing this video, by the way, you've landed on my new platform, on my new SaaS platform, particularly to help you solve this problem. But you don't need anything else. All you need to do is to watch through to the end of this video, and I'll show you how to collect enough money you finally need to scale in your business. Now, this is 2024. Oh, by the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Fulfillment Taiwo. I come from Nigeria, a third world country, a third world country where the average purchasing power of someone in my country was well below $200. Now, coming from a third world country, I saw the SMA dream, which was being sold in the top tiered countries. I saw young beginners, young 19, young 21. I saw these guys scaling figures I could only dream of. But I thought to myself, how would I be able to plug myself into this particular market? But there, after making my well study, I'd been at this space for quite some time now. I mean, counting for like 2 years now, or three, no, 2 years. But I literally got started most deep into the stuff this year. I found that while this was the dream being sold, there were a million people who were already sold to this dream and finding it hard to make success. I'd seen these videos on YouTube, all over Instagram, all over TikTok, and I was wondering, how are these guys printing money for themselves? But there, when I decided to get my hands dirty into the deed, I found that there were a million other people who were yet struggling to find success with this same opportunity. Now, what was the problem here? I'm going to be revealing that to you and showing you the fastest way I could have ever broken out from a third world country to eventually taste what this success could eventually look like. It's not about appointment setting, it's not about cold calling. These are the same activities that are keeping you stuck. And if you keep doing them, you would remain stuck. A million people will go ahead of you and find success and leave you behind. Let me review to you. So now, okay, now there are four factors I have studied, and I definitely have everything to show for it. There are four factors that could make for your success as an agency owner in 2024. These four factors are the four factors that play as well for any business model, any service model business in 2024. These factors have been around for quite a decade, but trust me, because the SMA business was quite a new business model maybe some decades ago, only few people knew about this opportunity. So people without skill, without any of these factors I'm about to mention, it was easy, predictably, for them to make money. But trust me, getting started as an SMMA beginner in 2024, you don't want to be starting out without any of these factors I am just about to reveal. Now, what are these four factors? Money, authority, influence, and results. The SMMA space is already well competed enough that if you're starting out from scratch, it's going to take you it's going to take you more time than everybody else who had preached you success before you find your success. If the person who sold you into starting out your own SMMA business found success within 3 months, it's going to take you more time if you repeat the same activities you were sold, which are the quite activities in 99% are yet competing with: cold calling and cold outreach. The same numbers on Google Maps, the same numbers on Apollo, the same numbers on LinkedIn, the same outreach processes. These are what a million people share. So, what would make for your advantage? Authority, influence, results, and money. And most likely, you don't have any of these resources. You don't have any of these advantages. That is why you're being sold to doing cold call. And these are the same activities that would keep you broke if you don't find a way to make the most money for yourself in 2024. Now, I have just reviewed. Starting out with one or more of these factors is what would place you advantage. You don't necessarily have to start out with these four factors. Authority, if you start out with the most authority, you would even out across all factors and make more money, make more influence, and make more results. If you start out with influence, the same thing across all four. Start out with results, you would the same thing across all four. If you start out with the most money, the same thing across all four. Meaning, having one or more of these factors as a starter would eventually make for your success eventually. But here's what a million people do out there: they don't have authority, they don't have money, they don't have influence, they don't have results. Yet, a million people are being sold to doing appointment setting, doing cold calling, cold DM every single time. You're not the only one who is doing this. A million people already do this. And out of this million people, there are people who are well deserving for this success than you are currently. You don't want to believe me, but I'm giving you the facts. There are a million people out there who could cold call better than you are, who have better cold calling scripts than you are, and are still finding it hard to make success. Meaning, if you ever want to find success through this route, you would have to do double what you're doing right now. I know people blasting hundreds of cold call a day and still find it hard to book 10 appointments. These are the activities that are keeping many beginners stuck. There are people who have been at this game for the past year, for the past 6 months, and still don't have a process to find clients. They are stuck with the same DMs, they are stuck with the same cold calling approach, and they're not finding success. If you want to make success predictably, these four factors would place you an advantage over 99% of these markets currently: authority, influence, results, money. But like I said, you most likely are starting out with none or more of these factors. So I'm going to be showing you the fastest way for you to build these factors if you're eventually going to succeed in 2024. These factors are the same factors that apply for any other business model. Just because the SMMA business had still been the pop in the space, that is why most people are yet still ignoring this. Why would you have to share 5,000? Why would you have to share the same numbers on Google Maps before you find success? Meaning, if a million people had cold call before you did, before you got started, you would have to do double the work everybody else did before they found success. And apart from that, it's a luck game. So now I'm going to be showing you the predictable way for you to build these factors if you're ever going to succeed in 2024. Now, I have just revealed to you how I come from a third world country, Nigeria, where the average purchasing power is below $200. How would I have been able to make success for myself if I was ever going to break into the US market? I couldn't purchase any go high level, not even start out with cold call. So let me show you the fastest way to print money, to print authority, print influence, print every ingredient you need for your success as an agency owner. Now, I'm going to walk you through two simple mind game secrets that could make for your success very much predictably and different than everything you're still being sold on YouTube. If you're still watching Miro boards on YouTube, trust me, a million people would sell to you and you would remain stuck. If you're still watching Miro boards for the cold outreach on YouTube, These information would keep you stuck. Everybody else who has success would sell to you and leave you behind. Miro boards are not what I believe could make anyone success. If you are not playing the mind game, the mindset behind the Miro boards you watch, it's going to be hard for you to make success. If you're still watching some lucid charts somewhere on YouTube, promising to show you how to close 10K, how to close 10K months, all you need to do, send 500 DMs. These information are very much competed amongst a million other people. 99% of the market watch the exact same video you watch. Meaning, if you're ever going to find success as an agency owner, you have to compete and share that process with a million people who don't know how to make money, who don't know how to find success, but they are waiting for the next person to tell them how. Now, this video would be the only video and the last video piece you ever need if you want to make success predictably. You ever need. I come from a third world country. I repeat, there is no way I could come to the US to beat everybody else in the US market, except for these factors I am about to share with you. You don't need appointment setting in 2024 if you want to make success. What you need is building one or more of these factors. These are the default business principles, except most people are still thinking the SMMA space is a space for beginners. It's no longer a space for beginners. If you want to make money, you have to be playing the big factors, which are your authority, your influence, your results, and your money. Now, I'm going to reveal to you some insights. Now, let's get started. So now, most likely, let me explain the first scenario. Now, imagine you saw on YouTube, right, a valuable piece of video promising to show you how to build a plane, right? How to build a plane. Most people at the time of watching that video don't have the resources it should actually take for them to build a plane. Now, this is exactly as par with your SMMA business. Most people don't have what it takes to build a successful business at the time of watching the opportunity. But what do most people do? They start out where they are. Your favorite creators keep preaching the same message to a million people. All you just need to do is to pick up your phone and start cold calling. These are the informations that are keeping a million people stuck. Now let's listen. Now imagine you watch the video showing you how to build a plane. You most likely don't have the components to build a successful plane yet. You don't have the fan blades, you don't have the jet fuel, you don't have the jet engines, you don't have all these components that should make for a proper plane. But there you are. What do? You go out there. We're going to use my dad's engine. We're going to pull down his car, use my dad's engine. We're going to use the gas cylinder in our kitchen. We're going to use the fan in my bedroom. We're going to break everything to pieces and use them for our fan blades. We're going to use that as our combustion engine. These are the same way a million people think. A million people, including you, most likely. If you're watching this video and you've not been able to find success predictably, this is exactly the same thing I'm about to have for you. A million people, when they watch that video, think to build their planes just with these same principles I have mentioned. They start out where they are. And trust me, building something as crafty as a plane, something as crafty as a plane is not a DIY like like cooking a recipe in your kitchen. You literally could afford buying your recipe. But building something as crafty as a plane, it's not a DIY it's not a home venture. It's crafty, meaning you need everything that should make for your success. If you can't build a successful plane predictably, don't start out. Why? Because if you build out with the same car engine, your dad's car engine, the gas cylinder in your kitchen, except you know what you're doing, which a million people don't, that plane is going to crash. That plane is going to explode. You most likely might die in the plane. And this is exactly the same principle people bring into business. They bring into SMA, bring into so many opportunities that are out there for them to make money. But let me show you the first catch that would make for your success predictably when you watch the video. Now, the most predictable way you would build a proper plane and the plane of your dreams was not by starting out with your dad's engine or the gas cylinder in your kitchen. The proper way that a million people don't know, which I'm about to hack for you, is by helping a million other people find that video. consulting for value. We are still in the information age, and only few people in the service-based industry know this for themselves. Everybody else are competing with skill, competing with one stuff or the other. We are still in the information age, and we most likely would still remain in the information age for the next decade. We are still in the information age. Information is money, but sucking it is what keeps you killed. Now let me explain what I mean. Now, I have just reviewed. Most people build their plane from scratch. They build their planes with their dad's engine, with their gas cylinder. But the people who make the predictable success after watching the video, what do? If you don't have enough money to buy your components, help as much people who also want to build a plane, help them build their own planes. You would collect the most money. Helping five persons build successful planes, you don't even have to build successful planes before you collect money or influence. Review to them the actual same video, explain the same principles you found on the video, explain it to them. Information. You don't need skill to make money in 2024. Skill appointment setting is what's keeping a million people broke. If you are thinking you know well to do a skill for realtor businesses and nobody wants to hear you, why keep up with the skill? You don't need it. I mean, there are people who are not as skilled as you are who are printing money currently in the same SMA business. What did they have? They had influence, they had money, they got lucky some way. That was how they made for their influence. That was how they made for their results. But you kept up with this game, yeah, developing your skill every single time, like your favorite creators tell you. This is the illusion of information in the market. People are thinking they would get saved because they have some skill somewhere. If you have the best skill in the market, you still won't be able to make money as predictably as somebody who has authority. I mean, it's most likely telling you most likely had seen. I mean, have you had scenarios where you've seen somebody who are making $1 million months, who are making $1 million businesses, and they're literally doing some basic stuff wrong, and you're like, how are people listening to this guy? This is the world we live in. You don't need skill to make money. You need authority, influence, money, and results. That's all you need. There are people who are ahead of you who don't have as much skill as you do currently and are printing millions for themselves. Meaning, it's not about the skill. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your skill. People only care about those four factors I have mentioned. Can you make the money move? Can you make results spill? Can you turn results around? Can you make authority? Can you make influence? These are the four factors people care about. Now, let me show you how to build these factors if you want to make success. I mean, it's just exactly the same way. Would you be Iman Gadsi today and have to walk through 500 cold calls before you find success? Never. You would never need to reach 50 cold calls before you find your first client. All you need to do is to tell them you are Iman Gadsi, you have 5 million subscribers on YouTube, you teach agency owners how to sell marketing services. You would like to sell a marketing service to the person, and I would get you and so results. Do you want to be my client or not? It's very easy for people who have found success to cold call for you on YouTube. Stop being sold by those activities. They don't make for it. They don't make for your success. Only few people find success that way. So let me help you collect the most money. Like I said, in no more than 4 weeks. Let me help you collect the most money. So now I've just revealed to you the first principle is to expand the market, help as much people as possible with the same video of how to build a plane, and you will become the most successful in the space. Why is that? Helping five persons, just five persons, unlock the same valuable piece of video you found would make for your influence. They would pay you money if you know how to do it well. They would pay you money. They would pay you influence. They would pay you authority, and they would pay you results. And this result is now what you can take for yourself. This money is what you can take for yourself to building your own plane. Most people don't do this to their advantage. Most people don't know this to their advantage. Everybody else are starting from scratch. So now that was just a plane that you only needed to build for yourself. Now come into business where the same activities your favorite creators tell you to start from scratch are a million phone numbers a million other people call. The numbers on Google Map, which a million other people find available, are the same numbers you also find available. Meaning, if 500 persons are done cold call before you, you would have to walk through more than those 500 contacts to find your next business. These are the activities that are keeping a million people stuck. Now, like I said, if you don't hack these secrets I am revealing, it's going to be hard for you to make success. Everybody else would keep selling to you. Your favorite creators would keep selling to you while they make their $1 million success and leaving you behind. Now, there is never, I could prove to you, there is never any of your favorite creators who had made $1 million month success from SMMA. Nobody. Everybody who had some way crossed 500K had a coaching program somewhere. If you're selling SMMA services without the influence of a coaching program, you can't scale. Nobody, this is exactly the truth of the market. Only a few percentage ever hack in their lifetime. When your favorite creators get to 500, most people at 500K months are not doing this by just selling services. They have an influence somewhere. They have an influence of other people who listen to them. They have an influence of other people who pay them to hear from them. They have an influence of other people who are doing exactly what they say. It's not by servicing. Servicing is so bottlenecked, there can't be the market for a million people. Servicing is so bottlenecked. Servicing like SMMA, where you're looking to, if you're still doing cold call just so you could close a 2K retainer, it's going to be hard for you in 2024. Very much hard. It's not worth it. Why would you have to walk through 1,000 cold call just so you could close a 2K retainer? You would not be able to focus on your service delivery because you well know that client would churn in the nearest 3 months or so. That client would most likely churn, meaning that 2K is not still enough to boost your business. You would go back to the cold outreach and you would lose on the 2K month. It's not enough. It's not enough to go through 10,000 cold calls just so you could close a 2K retainer. It's not enough. You don't need it. Now, let me walk you through the activities you need to start doing if you want to make money in 2024. I had shown you the 4 factors that would make for your success: authority, influence, result, money. I showed you the fastest way to build this influence, these 4 factors I had mentioned, is not by selling to realtors, but by selling to other people who are also looking to achieve the same results just like yourself. If you're thinking it's about content and you're going to start up a content, posting content for realtors, there are no realtors out there who care about you at this particular time. There are nobody out there who care about what you're posting. Nobody cares. The only people who would eventually care is when they find out that your content is helping build influence in your own space. You don't want to build an influence for realtors. You want to build your influence with other agency owners who are looking to sell to realtors. Most people don't unlock this secret. If you're watching this video, like I said, this is the only gold mine you need to print money. Stop selling to agents, stop selling to realtors, stop selling to whatever client you look to sell. Build your authority and your 4 factors first. First, everything else would fall in place. Your favorite creators keep telling you it's about cold outreach. Your favorite creators keep telling you it's about appointment setting. But trust me, haven't you done enough for the past 6 months? Why would you have to continue that way? I have just shown you. Your favorite creators make their most money by influencing the market. Your favorite creators make their most money by moving the market, expanding the market. But there you are, you're the one who is being moved here and there, moved here and there, and you're finding it hard to make success. Now, why would you not see? There are few people who have started out their own coaching businesses as well, who have started influencing other agency owners. And predictably, these guys are beginning to print money. Where did Thomas Connect come from? Where did that guy come from? I mean, I didn't mean to say that maybe he had been somewhere building his agency for a while. But trust me, when it came to scaling, he had to come to YouTube. Your favorite creators come to YouTube to influence the market. The med spa businesses you're looking to sell are not going to buy from you when they find out you're just some random guy on the internet. They would only buy from you when you have a coaching program somewhere. Wow, you're teaching some other guys how to do the stuff. And you're like, who is this guy? Why are you teaching other people? I want to know what you're doing. I mean, but there you are. You're thinking you can never build an influence with med spa business owners fast as you would build an influence with other agency owners who are looking to sell to med spa businesses. Only few people get access to this secret. I have just laid it in your front. The fastest way to build authority, the fastest way to build success in any business. Sell, build influence amongst your own market. Everybody else would come to you. It's going to be easy for a Mangati to close any client at the end of the day because he's not a random guy. He has an influence on YouTube. But there you are. Everybody keeps telling you to do cold call, and nobody is providing you new numbers. Nobody is providing you new leads. But the same leads that are available on Google Maps are the same leads you would keep cold calling, and everybody else who have found success would keep telling you to do the same thing. Please don't. Let me make success for you in no time. Now, let me explain the second principle for this kind of success. The second principle that has kept you stuck, and except you hack out of these secrets, it's going to be hard for you to make money in 2024. Now, the second principle is your brain. Your brain, your brain, your brain. Your brain by default has been wired for competition. That's why a million people are finding it hard for success because they are still operating under default setting. That is why your favorite creators keep preaching to you and they keep making the most money. But there you are, you're still operating the same default settings that you're supposed to leave behind. When it comes to business, you don't need survival instincts, you don't need competition instincts. These are the instincts and the same mindset that are keeping a million people broke. Now, what do I mean by this? Now listen. I had made for you in the beginning the factors that should make for your success, which is your influence, your authority, your money, and your results. But what your brain is wired for is competition. Your brain is wired for survival. This is by default in every human being. Most people still bring the exact same thing into business and find it hard to make success. Now, let me explain. Uh, Imagine where I explained you watched a video on YouTube showing you how to make money. Okay, sorry, showing you how to build a plane. You most likely at that time don't have what it takes to build a plane. But what your brain does, your brain consumes content, your brain consumes information to its own advantage. That is why it is hard for you to make money. Except an information like this, which I'm sharing with you, which is telling your brain not to do what it's doing, you might never know what success looks like. I definitely can tell you. Except I have come to your screen to tell you what your brain is currently thinking, you might never know how to hack out of your default setting to make success. Your brain consumes information as valuable to itself, as valuable for survival, as valuable for the competition. That's how your brain is wired. Meaning, at the time you watch the video, when you saw on YouTube a valuable video promising to show you how to scale your six-figure year business, when you can't scale your five-figure year business, what does your brain do? Your brain holds that value. Damn, I now have what it takes to scale a six-figure year business. But you currently don't have a five-figure business. But what your brain does, after you consume that video, you're like, well, I guess I would have to figure out my five-figure business. Then I'm going to implement this six-figure business skill to my business when I'm there. This is how your brain is wired. But there is a place in the book of Proverbs that talks about this. Now, If you're a Christian, maybe you're not, you're watching this video, trust me, let me unlock success for you. Now, there's a place in the Bible that says, there is he who scattereth and yet aboundeth, while there is he who withholds more than is meet, and it leads to poverty. What is the survival mindset? The survival mindset is the mindset that tells you you have to hold value to your own advantage. And that is where poverty comes in. This is where a million people are currently suffering. That is why your favorite creators can still tell you success comes by cold calling. But no, it doesn't. When everybody had cold called the same numbers you have available on Google Maps, where would you get your new number from? Where would you get your opportunity for success? Luck is the only thing that would make for your success that way. But listen, let me explain what I'm saying. Now, your brain at the time of watching these videos you find on the internet, your brain consumes this information personally to its own advantage. Now, except I come to you to tell you how your brain works, you most likely would do the same thing every single day, never knowing that you're operating under a default setting your brain has been wired for. Now, what are you supposed to do? How is competition not the roadmap to success in business? When you find value, like I said in the beginning, you most likely don't have what should make for your success at that particular time. You most likely don't have a six-figure year business you're looking to scale, but your brain holds that value, waiting till you have a six-figure year business before you eventually implement that value. But trust me, at that particular, you're still finding it hard to scale five figures, and you might never figure to scale five figures, and that value you found, it's going to expire with you. It's going to die. So now here's what you do. Now, if you want to start unlocking, start playing the override for this competition your brain is wired for. Find a way to help as much people as possible with value, and you would make more money. I told you in the beginning, many people start out where they are. They start out from scratch, building, gathering crumbs, collecting the fan in their room, collecting their dad's car engine, collecting their gas cylinder in the kitchen. These are what a million people currently do to make success. And this is exactly how their brain is wired to do it. But if you want to find success, you don't need to do start out doing any of that. All you need to do is to help another person find that video valuable. Help another person find that video valuable. Help another struggling person who can't build their own plane. Share the same video with them. You might put a price on it. Maybe you don't necessarily have to share the video. All you need to do is to help the next person with the same insights you have learnt on the video, help them build their planes. They would pay you money, they would pay you authority, they would pay you influence for that. And imagine helping 5 or 10 persons build their own planes. You necessarily don't even have to build a plane. All you need to do is to replicate the same insight, give them the insight to building a plane. You necessarily don't have to get your hands dirty. And these are what your favorite creators do. They don't get their hands dirty for you, they only give you the information you need. And this is exactly the same information you become stuck with. But definitely, you have paid your $3,000 for the course. You've paid for the course already. So you paid for information, but the information you paid for is keeping you stuck because your brain is wired for survival alone. Now, what if you learned the information, but you most likely couldn't apply it at that particular time, but you could sell that same information to the next person? Most people don't know that this is the most predictable market at this particular time. You're being so moral that you're thinking, well, what's the essence of learning if I can't implement? Yeah, you could keep cold calling, but I had mentioned the 4 factors that should make for your success predictably. Your favorite creators sell you the information. You get stuck with the information because you're starting with a competition mindset, which a million other people also do. So, meaning you would all compete what that information says. If everybody who was sold the information have the same default survival instinct, Your survival instinct would make you compete the information with everybody else who were also sold. Meaning, imagine something as available as Google Maps, where I mean, I'm very sure the numbers on Google Maps have one way or the other been exhausted for the next person. These are the same things keeping a million people stuck. Every single year, only a few percentage of people unlock success and come back to the market to sell to those at the bottom. Now, selling to those at the bottom, you're still going to remain, oh, I think maybe there's something wrong with my cold calling script. That's where competition comes in. You would keep, they would keep selling you these principles over and over again. Well, you're not doing it right. It's very easy to tell somebody you're not doing it right. I mean, it's very easy. It's very easy. But your first success comes from helping a million other people. That is where your first success comes from. And these are where your favorite creators print their $1 million lifestyles from. From coaching other people to do the deed. It is that easy to tell a million other people where to dig for gold and collect money. It is very easy. In the early gold rush in the 90s, the people who made the most money were not those who set out to dig for gold, but those who sold the shovels, who sold the pan, who sold the headgears, who sold everything that supported the movement. Information is still very much a key in the 21st century. We most likely would remain in the information age, and other people would print $1 million businesses and leave you stuck with information. If you're not duplicating information, if you're not expanding the market for information, if you're not expanding the market share for whatever business you are in, it's going to be hard for you to make success, especially in the service based industry where most people, only few people have been told to duplicate information. Only few people. I mean, you're going to think it's this, it's that. But trust me, these secrets I have just hacked are very much the day-to-day lifestyles of every other person in the info marketing space. Have you seen this stay-at-home moms come on Instagram telling you we're selling some MRL courses. All you need to do is to buy the course you could resell. As simple as that. As simple as that. But there you are, thinking it's about your skill, thinking it's about money, thinking it's about cold calling, thinking it's about cold outreach, and you're finding it hard to make success. All you need to do is to duplicate information. That is the first way you would build influence, authority, results, and money. When you now have these four factors, you might not need to duplicate information again. Now you would have every resource to print money as a proper business owner. All right, let's close this video here. This is where I would love to put up this video. I guess this was valuable. Now, if you would love to see how our partners are collecting cash for these particular insights I have just reviewed to you, right? Become a partner. There would be a button down below that says for you to become a partner. All you need to do is to become a partner. Sell this for 10K. Yes, it is worth it because the next person can never be stuck. Because I have just revealed to you how your brain works, how the market has been wired to keep you stuck if you don't find a way to make success. Meaning, it is that valuable to sell for 10K, it is that valuable to sell for 2K, it is that valuable to sell for 1K, it is that valuable to sell at your prices to the next agency owner. Collect the most money and you would make the most money to beat your market. Expand the market. That's where your favorite creators make their $1 million month. If you don't find a way to join the $1 million business model, you're gonna compete these service-based industry business model or whatever it is and remain there while everybody makes success. 10% of people would unlock this secret. Only 10% gets lucky to find clients through cold outreach. Only 10%. I know what I'm telling you. I know people blasting hundreds of DM. By the way, if you would love to see my hour-long session where I showed the entire proof, I showed people on Jordan Platten's group, people on agency, people in these paid communities who are still finding it hard to make success. I can show you people in these paid communities who are struggling with the same information you currently have. So meaning it's not about a paid program, it's not about a paid community. You're just doing the exact same thing, repeating the same thing a million people do, and all just with a survival instinct. You don't need survival. So now, let's close this video. If you love to print money just with this video insight, become a partner, and I will show you exactly how to do it. I have just built out my platform, unlocking this particular secret for many agency owners, and I have just done the same thing for you. Become a partner. Follow the link down below. It might definitely cost you something. I am selling you maybe, but I am not selling you so you could go out there to remain stuck with information. I am selling you, I am giving you a product right here so you could go out there to make success for yourself. So now, that is exactly how I have printed money, and I am showing you exactly the same way so you don't remain stuck. Because I mean, there are no secrets I want to show you to Google Maps. You already know where to get your numbers. You have tried cold calling. Now, what would I tell you would make for your advantage? You just have to collect the most money. Meaning, if you have done a lot of cold calling, a lot of cold DMs right now, there is nothing else that can make for your success apart from having these four factors I have shown you. You need to collect the most money, collect the most influence, collect the most authority if you ever want to succeed. It's not about cold calling again. I mean, that's what a million people do and are not finding success. So, what's your advantage? Do something better. Now, I have given you the hack you need for success. Become a partner, sell the insight, promote the insight, expand the market share, start as a consultant. You would eventually make the most money. You will make the most money, you would make the most influence, you will make the most results, you will make everything you need to join the market as a proper SMA business owner. Now, with that being said, I have shown you how I have printed money for myself. I never, I mean, I can't cold call. I can't. I can't. Maybe when I'm in Mangati at the end of the day, I really would do that, pick up my phone. But trust me, you need to start running ads. And most likely you don't have money to run ads. What do? Help a million other people find value. Help a million other people find value. You would collect the most money. Now, if somebody had shared you this video, all you need to do is to repeat the process. There are many other people stuck out there who don't have access to this information and are stuck with other information they've consumed. People don't want to buy from other people again. I mean, most people don't want to buy anything new because they know they're going to remain stuck with information. So, meaning I have just hacked for you the now processes, the now activities you need to do to build your $1 million businesses, to build a proper SMMA predictably. All you need to do is to help as much other people get started, and that would make you the most influence in your space. And you would have everything it takes to succeed by yourself. Become partners, and let's make money together. Okay, with that being said, let me round up this video. I mean, if you found this video valuable, you don't necessarily have to become partners. All you need to do is to expand value, collect money, expand value, collect influence, expand value, collect authority, expand value, collect results. But if you want to print money, become partners, and I'll show you how we're helping partners do this. And all you just need to do is to just share the video. But before you share the video, if you want to print money, all you need to do is to register, become partner, join the platform. Whatever it would cost you, it is definitely worth it. I am no longer selling you to keep you broke. I am selling you to make you rich. Yeah, I am selling you to make you rich. All right, let's close this video, and bye. Peace out.